Hello YouTube world, Pretend Farmer here. Not a real farmer, just pretending. Question, does your rooster want or need to be the same breed as the hens? The answer is a very simple no, they don't care. This hen in particular is actually a barnyard mix or a mixed breed hen that came from two different chickens. And she is a very interesting looking chicken. One of my subscribers recently asked about this hen because if you remember back to when they were chicks, this was the chalky gray looking chick with the bright orange face that I was so fascinated by, and everybody wondered how is she going to turn out. Well, here she is as an adult chicken who is now laying eggs. I mean, look at this chicken. Look at the eyes. This hen is what I believe to be a buff blue Orpington mix. She's got the yellow buff Orpington color feathers, which would have been passed down by our rooster Colonel Sanders. And her back half is the chalky gray looking colored feathers from our blue Orpingtons. Then there's this little checkered pattern up on her neck. I don't know what that comes from because that's kind of like a trait of neither of them. So to answer that question, no, your hens don't have to match the rooster as far as breed. You can breed any rooster to any hen. Just know that when you hatch the chicks, you obviously cannot sell them as purebred anything. They are what we call in the farm community a barnyard mix. And guess what? They lay eggs just like all the purebreds, just like any of the rest of them. And some of them, like our chicken we just showed you, actually end up looking more unique and prettier than some of their purebred siblings. Another thing on that note is Colonel Sanders, who was the yellow buff Orpington rooster, he actually preferred the chocolate Orpingtons. He liked chocolate. I don't know what it was, but he didn't want to be with his own kind. He wanted the dark ones. That's just Colonel Sanders for you. I don't know his preferences. I never questioned it. It was just what he wanted.
The chocolate Orpington is the buff Orpington, only in a chocolate color. The chocolate Orpington was actually the original Orpington, as we've discussed before. It was the one that came along first back in Orpington, England, and they did this because there was a lot of coal burning going on back in those days. It was a very sooty, nasty place, and they wanted a chicken that just kind of, I guess, blended in and didn't show so much dirt. Bucky, as you know, is our Salmon Favon rooster. He is the oddball here in the flock, not only because he's currently our only rooster, but because he's our only Salmon Favon. He looks absolutely nothing like any of our hens, as you can see. I can assure you Bucky fertilizes every single one of them regardless of color. It matters not a bit to Bucky. If you want a broody hen, what kind of chicken should you get? Well, the buff Orpingtons usually do not disappoint. So here we have a buff Orpington hen. She didn't really show any kind of signs in advance of wanting to go broody, which always scares me because usually they're kind of the ones that are wishy-washy as far as are they going to abandon the eggs or not. But she's been sitting on this clutch of eggs now for about 3 days. She seems really committed, and I think she's got a good bit of eggs underneath of her. I need to mark them now. But she seems very committed, and we should have a bunch of little babies running around here in 21 days. That's the magic number. We just ordered a Premier 1 movable fence for our chickens, 100 foot long. We're gonna try and create a nice little paddock out here for the chickens and see if we can keep them from pooping so much around the house. After 2.5 years, it's finally starting to get old. They poop a lot. And we're gonna see if we can keep them over on this side of the yard while still allowing them plenty of free room. Premier 1 fencing is very popular. It's very expensive. We're gonna try it and see if we can get it to work. And of course, we're gonna show you how it works out for us and do a review. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Good things are happening on the Pretend Farm. It's summertime. We got broody chickens. We've broke out our shorts. It's a good day on the Pretend Farm. Be sure and subscribe. Come back and check out our new fence.